For me, the jury is a very, very crucial decision. I'm not taking this lightly at all. I mean, not only am I about to award somebody $1 million, but I'm also contributing to who's going to win the title of Sole Survivor. And for me as a super fan, that is invaluable. I look at all the past Soul Survivors and I look at this like history that's been made, and somebody else will join that elite group. And it'll either be Hannah, Ken, or Adam. And I have to make a decision on which person I want that to be. And that is not something where, I'm just going to sit down for 5 minutes and be like, I want that person. No, I have been thinking and rethinking ever since I've been voted out what everybody left in the game has been doing, why they might deserve to win this game, and why I should vote for them. I think that the jury as a whole is a very strategic group of people, and we want to see moves that have been made throughout the game. Not just moves that were made last minute, but big moves that were consistently made, and who as a whole was playing the game from the beginning. Because as a group of super fans, as a group of very hard players, the jury wants somebody who played the game and who played to win from night one. We don't want people who coasted to the end or, are goats. And I don't think anybody typically this season may be considered a goat, but definitely you have people who may not have been playing as hard for the entirety of the game. And that's definitely something to take into consideration. If I was to vote for Hannah, it would be because of basically the move that she made last night, voting out David. I believe that she did what so many other people failed to do. Adam tried to vote out David. I tried to vote out David. Jay tried to vote out David. There were a lot of different people in this case. Zeke tried to vote out David. I mean, almost everybody on the jury at one point or another wanted David gone or wanted him gone in the future and had plans to get rid of him. There were very few people who wanted to go to the end with David because they knew how big of a threat he was, but Hannah was the one who actually got the job done and who voted him out of this game. And she needs to, get some credit for that. And it's definitely that one big move at the end would be the reason why I would vote for her. If I was to vote for Ken, it would be because of his ability to provide for the tribe. He really does. He is the embodiment of the old school Survivor player. He was able to fish, catch food, provide for us, cook, do whatever it takes to, make sure that we all had full stomachs and were able to play this game, mentally. Because without a full stomach, how are you supposed to play this game of Survivor? And he really did embody the whole loyalty aspect. And in a season with trust clusters and a lot, flipping back and forth, he kind of brought forth the loyalty and respect and values that a lot of old school players, I think, would definitely take into consideration. And, just because we're in a new school era doesn't mean that the old school gameplay shouldn't be taken seriously. In fact, I think it should be taken seriously because it is a viable strategy. He's in the final three, and I'm sitting here on the jury, and he's in the final three because he played with the old school loyalty mentality. I would vote for Adam because of the moves that he tried to make. He was always playing this game. He was always strategizing. He was always trying to propel himself one step farther. And I think the issue with Adam is that a lot of times he was unable to actually make his ideas work and make the plans come to fruition. But at the same time, his strategy was sound. And if people listened to him and if people wanted to work with him, then, it would have been amazing. It would have worked out. It would have been a great plan, and people would have, definitely, I think, the game would have changed if Adam had control. But nobody would let Adam get control. That's not his fault. That's, just the way the game works sometimes. But he managed to survive so many votes while being such a major strategist, and he kind of, he was kind of the underdog for a while. There were a lot of people who wanted to get him out. There were a lot of people who looked at him as kind of this, rat, snake kind of person who you can't trust. But yet he managed to make it all the way to the end. And he managed to do it on his own merit. He didn't rely on anybody else. He did it himself. You know, there were plenty of people who wanted him gone, but he managed to get there to the end. I am extremely excited for tonight. You know, as a super fan and as a player of this season, you know, I feel like this is an amazing season, and I'm really, really happy to be out here, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it because I know it's going to go by like that.